Hey everyone, I'm Miguel the Movie Encyclopedia, and today I'm giving a review for the first Disney animated film of the decade, Raya and the Last Dragon, starring Kelly Marie Tran, Awkwafina, and Benedict Wong. The movie follows Raya, a warrior princess from the Southeast Asian fantasy world of Kumandra, who summons the last living dragon Sisu to help her collect 5 pieces of a magical relic to help save the world from a giant demonic threat. Although Raya is not the return to early 2000s Disney animated action movies that I hoped it would be, Raya and the Last Dragon is one of the most unique and powerful experiences I've had with a Disney animated film since Moana. Raya is an adventurous, funny, and thrilling animated film with a powerful message, not to mention a well written mythology, gorgeous animation, and beautiful soundtrack, all heavily influenced by Southeast Asian culture. The plot of Raya and the Last Dragon is essentially a mythical quest film with a lot of humor to break the tension. The plot for the majority of the film can be somewhat formulaic, but what makes Raya's story stand out despite its predictable plot is its detailed mythology and powerful themes and messages. I was not expecting such a rich and well thought out mythology from a Disney princess movie, but Raya took me by surprise and gave us Kumandra, a world with so much history, magic, culture, war, monsters, and most importantly, dragons. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the mythology because part of the fun of this movie is discovering this world for yourself, but I'll say this much. There's enough well written Southeast Asian inspired world building in this film to produce sequels, spin offs, maybe even prequels in the near future. That's how well written this movie is. Another aspect of the story that was a standout were the deep themes this movie deals with. The film deals heavily with the message of trust and putting aside past grievances, hatred, and prejudice in order to pursue peace no matter the personal cost. This theme felt a little heavy handed and obvious in the first half of the film, but thanks to the brilliant performances from Kelly Marie Tran as Raya and Awkwafina as the dragon Sisu, the movie carries this message perfectly in the second half and gives fans one of the strongest endings to a Disney animated film that I have seen in a long time. I've seen other films work with these kind of themes, even recently, but not nearly as well as Raya and the Last Dragon. To top things off, the animation and soundtrack of this movie is simply stunning. People are going to be talking about the animation of this film for years, and for good reason. This must be the most beautifully made 3D animated Disney movie I've ever seen. Creating a vibrant fantasy world unlike anything we have ever seen from Disney, but with clear influences from Southeast Asian culture, was no easy task. But the animators of Raya and the Last Dragon strike that balance perfectly. Then there's James Newton Howard. When I heard that he was going to be composing the score for Raya, which will be his first Disney animated film soundtrack since Treasure Planet, I was beyond stoked. Some of my favorite scores of James Newton Howard's came from Disney animated movies, and man, did he deliver. The score is absolutely gorgeous in its tone and fantasy elements, and how Howard incorporated traditional Southeast Asian instruments into the music. I can honestly say that for the first time in years, James Newton Howard deserves major award recognition for this score. Not that he hasn't produced any great scores since his Disney era, but this is probably one of the best scores he's done in years. So in conclusion, Raya and the Last Dragon continues Disney Animation's recent trend of strong Disney princess movies that focuses more heavily on world building, storytelling, and deep themes than on romance and a princess's personal journey. We still get Raya's emotional journey in the film, but it doesn't overshadow what makes this story truly remarkable: the world of Kumandra. And then you add some of the most gorgeous 3D animation Disney has ever produced and an enchanting music score, and we get another Disney animated classic in the making. I'm going to give Raya and the Last Dragon an 8 out of 10 stars. Thank you all for listening. If you like this episode, make sure to subscribe to my podcast. Comment below what you thought of the episode. I tried a new filmmaking style for this episode. I used my iPhone camera instead of my traditional computer camera, so tell me what you think in the comments below. Make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I go by the title Miguel the Movie Encyclopedia, like the YouTube channel. Also, make sure to check out my podcast, the Movie Encyclopedia Podcast, where I comment about news and reviews for the newest movies, TV shows, and video games. Until my next video, stay safe and see you then.